Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most fundamental topics in Python programming, variables and data types. Whether you're completely new to Python or just need a refresher, by the end of this video, you'll know how to store and work with numbers, strings, and booleans. We'll go step by step with examples you can try on your own. So grab your computer, open your code editor, and let's get started. So what is a variable? Think of a variable as a label for a value in the computer's memory. It's a way to store information that your program can use later. In Python, you don't need to declare the type of a variable beforehand. You just assign a value to a name using the equal sign. For example, x equals 5 or name equals Naruto or is student equals true. Here we have three variables, x, name, and is student. Each one stores a different type of value, a number, a string, and a boolean. Variable names should be descriptive and cannot start with a number. Use underscores if you need multiple words, like is underscore student. Let's go over numbers. In Python, there are two main numeric types, integers and floats. Integers are whole numbers, like 5, 100, or -3. And floats are decimal numbers like 3.14, 0.5, or -7.2. Here's an example. Age equals 25. That's an integer. Price equals $19.99. That's a float. You can display or output the value of a variable by using the print function. You can just type print with a set of parentheses and put the name of the variable in between the parentheses. Let's display the value of age and price. To do this, we do print with a set of parentheses and put age inside of it, and also print and put price. If we save our file first and then run our code, we can see the values being displayed in the terminal here. With this first print statement where we print out the value of age, we get the value we set, which is 25, and we can see 25 here. It's the same thing with price. We set it to $19.99 and we get the value $19.99 here. Python lets you do math with numbers easily. Let's say x equals 10 and y equals 3. There are some mathematical operations we can do. We can do addition like this. Print x plus y. We can do subtraction like this. Print x minus y. We can do multiplication like this. Print x asterisk y. We can do division like this. Print x /y. We can do floor division like this. Print x forward slash y. If you don't know what floor division is, floor division in Python is an arithmetic operation that divides two numbers and then rounds the result down to the nearest whole number or integer. It is performed using the double backslash operator. We can get the remainder from division using the modulo operator like this. Print x modulo y. And we can do exponents like this. Print x with 2 asterisks, then y. So we save our file first and then run our code using the values of 10 for x and 3 for y. We can see that x plus y, the first statement we printed out, is 13. X minus y, the second statement, is 7. The next statement, x times y, is 30. The next one, x divided by y, is this number here. The next one, x floor division y, is 3. The next print statement, x modulo y, is 1. And the last print statement, x to the power of y, is 1000. And Python did all that math for us. Try typing these in your code editor and running the code yourself for practice. Next up is strings. Strings are sequences of characters like letters, numbers, or symbols wrapped in quotes. You can use single quotes, double quotes, or triple quotes. For this example, we'll let first name equal Naruto. Last name equal Uzumaki. And bio equal I like ramen. You can see that we use different quote types for all three variables, but they all count as strings. We use single quotes for the first name variable, we use double quotes for the last name variable, and we use triple quotes for the bio variable. You can combine strings using the plus operator, which is called concatenation. So for example, if we make a new variable called full underscore name and make it equal to the variables first name plus last name plus a space in between, we get this. Then if we save our code and run the file, oh, sorry, I forgot one more line. We first have to put a print statement with the full name variable. So now if we save our code and run it, we'll actually not get just the first name or just the last name. We get the first name and the last name with a space in between them because we did string, what we call string concatenation here. We use a variable that is a string, we use another string which is an empty space, and another variable that is a string, and we put the plus or addition operator in between them. That's string concatenation, or just concatenation for short. Python also lets you repeat strings by using an asterisk. So let's do print high with a space. And if we do asterisk or multiply by 3, always save your file before trying to run the code or it won't work. And then let's run our code. Then you can see the output here. We actually get high 3 times. You can also get the length of a string using the length function. It's len. That's how it's spelled, and it's len in 2 parentheses after. Like this. Okay, so here's an example. We'll make a new variable of the string data type and display the length of it. So let's say message equals hello Python. Then we'll print that out using the print function. But we're actually not going to print out the value of the message variable. We're going to print out the length of it. So we're going to put the length function len inside of that print statement and then put the message variable inside of the length function. So here we can see that the message variable is 14 characters long. Now let's talk about booleans. A boolean is a data type that can only be true or false. They are very useful for conditions, loops, and logical operations. Here's an example. Let's say we want to define whether a user is hungry or not. We can just make a variable. We'll call it isHungry. And we'll give it a Boolean data type as a value. In this case, the Boolean data type value of true. So isHungry equals true. We could also do something like define whether a user is sleepy or not using the same idea. But this time we can use the Boolean data type value of false. We'll say it's false. They are not sleepy. So is sleepy equals false. Let's print the values of these variables out to verify that they are the Boolean values true and false. We'll do print is hungry and print is sleepy. And we can see them here. isHungry, the first print statement, is true, like we set it to be. And also the second print statement with the variable isSleepy is false, like we set it to be. You can also use comparison operators to create booleans. Comparison operators compare values and give us a result. If we define two variables x and y and make x equal 10 and y equal 5, we can use the comparison operators to compare the values of the two variables. So x equals 10, y equals 5. Let's see if x is greater than y. Okay, that's true. It gives us the Boolean value of true. 10 is greater than 5, as you can see here. Let's see if x equals y. We can check that using a comparison operator called the equality operator. It's just two equal signs. It's print x equals y. This is not true because we clearly have two different values for our variables here, so we'll get false. And you can see false here. Okay, let's see if x is not equal to y. We can check that using the not equal to comparison operator. It is an exclamation mark followed by an equal sign. It looks like this. Print x exclamation mark equal sign y. X is not equal to y, so when we use the not equal to comparison operator to compare the two variables, we get the Boolean value of true. You can see we get true here. Boolean logic is fundamental for making decisions in your programs. Later, you'll combine Booleans with if statements to control the flow of your code. You might wonder, how do you know what type a variable is? Python has a built-in function called type. It's type with a set of parentheses after, like this. So let x equal 42. Let name equal Minato. And also let his students equal true. We can print the types of the variables by doing this. Using the print function with the type function inside of the print function and the variable inside of the type function. This will first get the type of the variable and then print or display that value. Here's what it looks like. So print with the type function inside of the print function, and we'll put the variable inside of the type function, the variable in this case being x. Now we'll do that same thing again for the next two variables. And we get their data types shown to us in the terminal here. The first variable is a number. It's an integer, so it shows us integer or int for short. The second variable is a string, so it shows us string or str for short. And the third variable is a boolean, so it shows us boolean or bool, bool for short. This helps make sure your variables are what you think they are. Before we wrap up, here's some quick practice for you. Try creating 3 variables in your code editor and then run the code and view the output in your terminal. Make a variable that is a number representing your age. Make a variable that is a string with your favorite hobby, and make a variable that is a boolean indicating if you like Python. Then print them and check their types using the type function, which is type with a set of parentheses after, like this. Just one more time so you can see it. Okay, pause the video here, try it out, and I'll show one possible solution in a moment. Okay, here's a solution. We can say age equals 25, hobby equals coding, and likes Python equals true. And then print age and the type of age, print hobby and the type of hobby, and print likes Python and the type of likes Python. We can see the output here in the terminal. The age is 25 and the data type of the age variable is a number. It's an integer, int. The hobby is coding and the data type of the hobby variable is a string, str. And likes Python equals true, and the data type of the likes Python variable is a boolean, or bool for short. And that's it. Today we learned what variables are and how to create them, Python's main data types, which are numbers, strings, and booleans, and how to check the data type of a variable with the type function. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the next uploads. Thanks for watching and keep coding.